Good day. Lecture number 11. The Vegetable, the Sketched Man. Introduction. Man's life started 14.6 billion years ago with a super explosion called the Big Bang. Following the Big Bang occurred a galactic recycling and the Earth kneading. As water that supplied the ocean carries alluvial deposit from the tributary waterways. Likewise, the past genealogy, tributary to present, bequeathed their legacy and influence upon men. Therefore, to know men better, we must go back up to the source of life in order to recognize our ancestors' genetic fingerprints. Here is the first question: who man is? And the answer is, man is mineral, vegetable, animal, and human, and into a very faraway future, a spirit. Let's see the true and authentic man's nature. Man, the mineral. Man is an improved mineral. From mineral, it has inherited hardness and rigidity by its hard and rigid bony structure. Mineral is eternal by existence and mutable by shape formation. From rock it turns out into sand, and from sand into rock. Man, the vegetable. Man is an improved vegetable, and the vegetable is a sketch of man. For millions of years, soil quenched its thirst through torrential waters poured down from sky. Then, on the darkness of seabed, hydrothermal vents, mouth wide open, with a stunned and ceaseless turmoil, spat its white-hot slaver, rejected from the deep inside of the earth. These rejections were made out suffocating vapors and multiple gases. In this compost, now fertile, appear air bubbles, precursors of cells. They were made out water and gases. The short-lived cells live but a short moment, as soon in and as soon out. In the last struggle to live, before living out, they divided up and multiplied to assure the species' survival. While some mineral got solid and took a material shape, others mixed up with surrounding gases to form nutrients. Thus, on this marine bed appear the necessities for life: humidity, heat, and food. The surrounding water took care of humidity. The thermic vents supply heat, and the chemosynthetic process looked for food. Then individuals got bigger and stronger. They looked for new horizons. Unstable and tossed about on this movable plane, fortified by numbers and better organized, they succeeded to get free from this obscure jail and got to the surface of the liquid plane and at last lived in open air. Once on water surface, nature decided to modify them. Hot sunshine rays gathered for heat. Water in air surrounding and from soil assure humidity. A new acquisition, the chlorophyll, replaced chemosynthesis by photosynthesis. From then on, the vegetable got able to feed by itself. Germinating from mineral, it inherited of mineral characteristics: stability, rigidity, and hardness. This transformation allowed some modification, such as to its species, its size, its volume, its color, its perfume, and even its taste. For the vegetable, the sketch of man, all these modifications required new vital processes, which will be present later in men, such as breathing, feeding, digesting, distributing of energy, eliminating, protecting, and procreating. For a better knowledge about man, what's best than to compare the vegetable represented by the tree and man? The tree. Tree is composed of many internal parts, from exterior to the center. Horizontally, they are the bark, the phloem or liver, the cambium, the xylem, and the hard core or duramen. The sapwood is made out of the xylem and the duramen. Exteriorly and vertically are the top, the trunk or bough, the branches and the leaves, including the limbs, and finally the roots. Now let's compare them. The epidermis. An epidermis called the skin wraps up man, while the bark protects the tree. Energetic distribution. Within man circulates double blood canalization from heart to every body cell, and we're back to heart, and from heart to lungs, and we're back to heart. Within the tree, the xylem, an upward canalization, draws water and minerals from the heart's entrail to feed the tree's cells, while the phloem, a downward canalization, share out sugar and protein collected from the leaf's limbs through the process of photosynthesis. The substitution. Within man, the night favors the substitution of dead cells by new ones. In tree, each night the cambium produces new cells to take over the dead cells. Waste elimination. Within man, rectal and renal waste evacuate food waste. Within tree, waste such as resin, oil, and tannin are led and stored into the duramen in the center of the tree, while the residue, the oxygen, and the surplus of water are eliminated through the leaf's stomach. The lungs. Men live with two lungs. Tree possesses the spongy parenchyma, also called lacunas, that easy the gas exchanges. It could be considered as the tree lungs. The brain. At the tree top is a terminal bud that controls the growth of the tree, and so play the function of a primitive brain. Darwin compared this terminal bud with the inferior animal brain because he thought it leads the growth of the plant. He was right. The heart. The leaf stomach like a heart, pump in and out through the atmospheric pressure mechanism. Effectively, the atmospheric weight works out much pressure on a little surface, as the stomach osseous, then on the larger one, the environment. This difference is sufficient to push up the droplets of water within the tree and substitute humidity eliminated through the stomach. Procreation. At the beginning, the vegetable multiply them through self-splitting. With time, the vegetable passed from self-splitting to sporulation, meaning procreation by spores. In vegetable, the male produces pollen, a vegetable spermatozoon, and female produces ovule from ovary. The vegetable male ejaculates hundreds of millions of pollen seed, while the human male ejaculates hundreds of millions of sperm seed at each emission of semen. This acquisition constituted the heterogamy and presented the prolegomena of sexuality with male and female. Finally, let's say that the tree trunk will become the man's body. The branches, his superior and inferior members, arms and legs, and the leaves, his fingers of hand and feet. Man is really an improved vegetable, and the vegetable is authentically the sketch of future man. Thank you. If this lecture pleases you, have your friends enjoy it too. Thank you. Amen.